What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my studio. I'm Joseph Finchum. You're you, and today we're just going to be doing some sketching. I finished up the project from last week. Well, I weird. I almost finished up the project from last week. First of all, let me say I hope you can all see and hear me. Um, Everything seems to be okay. So yeah, I almost finished up the project from last week. Last couple of weeks, and I will be getting photos of that eventually and putting them out for you guys to see the fully completed project. But yeah, been pretty busy around here. Next week, we may shift from Monday to Tuesday because I have to take my dad to a doctor's appointment at 11 a.m. on Monday, and figure by the time he actually gets to see the doctor, it'll be 12. You know how doctor's offices are. 12, 12:30. So I don't know if I'll make it back in time, so we may be shifting to Tuesday next week. So today we're going to be doing a basic sketch, and okay, everybody can see me. George, hello. Lynn, hello. Clark Fine Art, thank you for being here and moderating. Everyone say hello to Angela. Hi, Violet Sky, Kimmy B, Tara Giblin. Lots of people in here. Well, people are in here. Anyway, so we're going to be working on this deck. Mostly just a sketch. I had originally planned to do the actual skateboard deck, and the company that starts with a big A, they told me that it wasn't going to be here till Tuesday. In fact, they're still telling me it's not going to be here till Tuesday. But it arrived yesterday. So I have it, but I wasn't prepared for I wasn't prepared to get everything set up. I have to make some kind of a jig to hold the deck so that I can paint on it, and so I can attach it to my easel but not have like those bendy parts getting in the way. You know what a skateboard deck looks like, I assume. So anyway, it arrived yesterday, and here's the deal. I ordered a black one, and I got a black one. But I also got a white one and a red one, which is just weird because I'm pretty sure I only ordered one. So I may do a couple of these. So let's get into it, shall we? Okay. So what I'm gonna do, the basic concept for this is a little weird, even for me. But the basic concept of this is going to be a semi-designed skull. I don't want to use that word. Throwing up flower, like a whole mess of flowers, like a waterfall of flowers. So, it's a little strange. It's definitely always good to get extra. And people wonder why they're always that company that starts with the big A is, why are they always losing money? Well, I'll tell you why. They're not very good with their shipping. They like to send you free stuff sometimes. Okay, so we are going to start. I'm going to just put a circle right here in the middle. You can tell I drew this in a hurry. I'm using the Aeon paper again. It's basically just bristles, so you could use bristles if you wanted to, but this is just to get the idea down on paper. I've kind of done some little tiny, like this big thumbnails. This will be about, I want to say 2/3, no. a little less than half the size. And I rushed it, so that's why this part here is not right. It's rounder on one side than it is the other. But yeah, I rushed it because I was in a hurry. So let me start. I'm just going to make a light circle here, so I have something to start my skull with. And we're going to get into it. Skull expelling flowers. That yes, that definitely does. That does sound a lot better. I've done that, George. I've definitely done that. I don't leave the house unless I have to, and yeah. Okay. So the the top of the skull is why I said it's going to be kind of a designed skull. Um, the top of the skull is going to be a little bit like extended bone in like a crown shape, like King of the Skeletons, I guess. Um, yeah. So, but let's start getting the basic shape in here. And I hope you're going to be able to see this. Let me zoom in where I'm drawing. Wow, that's very light at the moment, but hopefully we'll get it darker as we go. I do have some of the Micron marker right here in case. And I am no skull expert. I don't draw them a lot, but I do like the shape. Uh, Feels like I'm already off on my dimensions. But not too far off. Yeah, I just I didn't want to use the V word. Some people don't like the V word. I wish I was in my jammies too. That is very rude. Is it casual Monday? Throw on your jammies. So this is also going to be, like this will be like this big on the final board. So I'm drawing it much smaller than normal. Just trying to, like, give the impression of teeth. That's not far enough over here. Let me fix that. Put your teeth in the right place. Makes it look better. Is that visible? Even see if I can. I'm happy with some of these lines so far, so I'm going to try and darken them up for you guys. Hopefully that's more visible. Good, you can see it. Good. Okay. I don't need to go all the way to the bottom with the drawing because there's going to be flowers there. Some teeth in here. Some of these may end up covered up, but we'll see. Okay, I'm almost at the limit of my drawing space. That's going to be darker. Sure, this is dark enough to be seen. Oh. Get these eyes placed in basically the right place, hopefully. Much wider. That went the wrong way. Look at your reference. Look at your reference. This needs to come in a little. Come up. Up. Crestbone. Just adding some like little crack looking lines into it. Yeah. Start making this crown. Trying to make sure they're close to symmetrical. They don't have to be perfect, but a little higher on that one. It's looking a little off. Just improve those just a tiny bit. Should be a little higher. take out this center line. See if I can point this a little bit more. I'm not working with a sharp pencil. This is mostly a very dull pencil because I don't want the lines to dig too deep because then you can't erase them. So, okay. Get a little shadowing here. Where is that bone? That bone comes in here, like that. See if I can mimic that shape over here. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. I'm just roughing in the shading. A little bit of a highlight there. This is already shaded in. Shaded in. Darken that up a bit so you guys can see it better. Okay, we're getting a little bit there. A little bit darker on the top there. Hey, Starving. Thank you for joining. Yeah, it's for me. Uh, when the when the pandemic started, I, you know, not being allowed to leave, being under lockdown and all that, I started riding my skateboard a little bit more, and now I'm doing it a lot more, but just more for exercise because I'm getting a bit chubby here. And I had like one of those skateboards that you get from like a band or something, which is a little bit heavier than you might want, and it's actually a little bit smaller than I like. It was an 8-inch board. I usually ride an 825, which is 8 1/4 inches. Slightly bigger, but it's enough surface area to make a difference in a way. So, okay, so now this also needs a little bit of shading over here, of course. Here. Okay. Let me go back to the. Nope. Wrong button. Well, I hit the wrong one first. That's why that happened. Okay, so you can get the basic idea of the amount of space I'm using. And I'm just going to kind of outline where I want the flowers to go. Gonna be in this area here. And I gotta start just drawing some flowers. I'm never really good with the, because I don't have any reference now. The skull's over there. There'll be a little bit of a reference on the, you know, I lost my train of thought. So yeah, the angling of flowers, the three-dimensional. Unless without reference, I kind of screwed up. So this is going to be very basic and very temporary. This will probably not be the final design, but it's the idea for the design. Okay, so nice, simple, small, very small probably. Will this show up on this one? Nope, that is too far out of the way. And it's a little bit closer, but not much. So we're just gonna start with some of these slightly angled ones. And I've already decided that when I where is my brain today? I keep losing my train of thought, forgetting right in the middle of a sentence what I was trying to say. Um, I'm gonna. Yes. Okay. The part here where the flowers are gonna be, before I before I do the outline for the flowers, I'm gonna do like a blurry kind of blended background of a bunch of different colors, just so that when the flowers are put on, any gaps won't just be the black background again. I only want the black along the outside, and there might be something added to that as well. So, yes, yes, my brain is ready for Friday. Absolutely. Let me bring this over here. Once I start getting down here, I'll be able to zoom back in a little bit more. Trying to get something else right in there. A little, another one over here. Let's go for. I'm trying to make them overlap in, I guess you could say, a fun way. Just a little indication of flowers, because they're going to get, by the time we get to the bottom, there's going to be some that you'll be able to fully identify. This one is going to be a little less shaped. Kind of daisy-ish on this one. Maybe. Maybe it's not a daisy, maybe it's a black-eyed Susan. See, so now, like, in that gap right there between these two flowers, there would be some other color that's already in there. Just to make it a little bit more dimensional and look like there's something else, there's more flowers and stuff behind it so that it's not just a flat layer of flowers. And you know what? Let me see if I can find. I had some like basic shape flower things. I might do it. Okay. Start getting a little bit bigger. A little bit different shapes too. Let me see if I can get lower yet. Okay, we're just starting to get into the low part here. And there also be like some, like some little viney things coming out here and there with some leaves on it. Now up here, I'm just gonna fill in a little bit, not actually drawing flowers, but just the indication of some petals back there. And then this will all be dark. And I immediately went off screen. Just that figures, doesn't it? That's the kind of thing I do. Just simple, kind of little flowers. And they're not going to be like super detailed or anything. It'll be mostly little close-ups and like cell shading, like a cartoon. It'll have a little bit of shadow, maybe a little bit of highlight, but not more than 3 colors, hopefully, because I don't want this to take forever. And oh, that's awesome, Teresa. Just one or a couple? And thank you for joining. Love having you here. I'm going to try and do another little bit of sideways one over here. And they don't necessarily all have to be a flower shape. I can do whatever I want. It's my creation. This this is a flower shaped a little bit more like a pinwheel. Really wish I could get at least a tiny bit closer, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, when it comes to stink bugs, I get them onto something and take them outside. They're not prevalent here. Or at least I haven't seen them be prevalent here. But every now and then you get one. Spring break for stink bugs? Not all of these need like a full on shape. Just trying to keep enough variation in all of the lines so that they don't all look exactly the same. Gonna extend my lid a little bit. Hmm. Try that. Couple with no center. Give them that kind of weird look. Something a little bit more like a pansy in here. I'm going to try something with a little bit more shape, because we're getting towards the bottom, so we got to make them bigger, and we got to make them more detailed. And, yeah, a little bit more identifiable. Let's try something a little like that. Can low be used yet? There we go. Okay. Trying to get just enough variation that they don't look all the same. Should be something in here. I'm going to try and make it look like Daisy kind of one, but hiding in the background. There we go. Just a couple of random shaped petals in here, just to fill up the space. Make it look like there's something back there. It's almost a flower. Hmm. What do you mean Tau JF? D-Lynn. Let me pop that up so people know what I'm talking about. Do you mean like just writing, like the art of Joseph Finchum? I might. If I do, it'll probably be up along this lip. I still, because like, if you think about a skateboard, the trucks and wheels will be about here. So this may even shift a little depending. I'm going to figure out where the trucks will actually be so I don't have to worry about that. But you can't see that. There we go. So, with the wheels and trucks being right about here, I assume that I'll want to put something up here. The tail is still just going to be like the flower shapes, but that would just be blank at the moment. So, still deciding what to put up there. I thought about doing like a flaming skull, and I thought about doing like make this a little bit more of like since this area will all be black, I could do like maybe something a little spacey, not super detailed, just a little couple little fluffy looking cloud like things and some stars. But yeah. Well, I do have my JF logo, with the trees and the roots. The Tau JF, that's how I say it in my head, TAOJF, Tau of Joseph Finchum, is basically just the Patreon address. So there's that. Okay, back to flowers. See, these ones, while I like them, they make it a little bit harder to fill in behind. Again, why I want to do the multicolored thing in the background. Just trying to keep it even as it goes. I'm running out of flower ideas here. Or at least I'm running out of flower shape ideas. I'm shading that just so that I remember that that'll be two different colors. Maybe I might try that. I don't know exactly what I'll be doing with the extras at the moment. I live basically right across the street from a park, and they did just add a little a tiny little plaza style skate park in there. So I actually thought of maybe taking one and painting something on it, clear coating it, and then just kind of leaving it in the skate park. Like, hey, this is for whoever wants it. Just don't break it. You know, hit me up on social media if you found this and, decided to use it. Something like that, maybe. I don't know. Still deciding. I thought that would be kind of cool. Make some kid's day or something like that, you know? Probably not resin because resin would add more weight to it. I'll probably just use like a regular uh like the Krylon clear coat or something like that. More of a spray paint than something that's gonna have a little bit of strength to it, protect it a little bit. I know the idea of a skateboard is you scrape everything off of it. So we'll have to see what happens with that. Someone is desperately trying to get into my studio. It's probably my cat Quiver. She misses me when I'm gone. I have not, but I have taken part in Free Art Day 3 times. That was like a whole thing that somebody started where you basically just make a piece and put it out there. I've watched people pick them up and take them and put them in their cars, but no one has ever used the hashtag that I put with it. I don't know, maybe it's uh like a language barrier thing because I do live in a neighborhood that is predominantly Hispanic and Lat what do you say, Spanish, Hispanic, Latino, not Latinx. Nobody likes that. None of them like that. Um, but yeah, I've tried that a couple of times and never been able to get a response from whoever picked it up. But it was not. It was fun trying to do that. Trying to fill in some of this space here without making the same flowers over and over again. I actually did like the way that one came. Let's try. No, I want it to go the other way. Dang it. Well, I can still use that. Is that what art abandonment does, starving? Um, you like make something and leave it somewhere or something like that? Okay, over here. I'm gonna try again to do like a lily-ish. Did I even try? Yeah, let's go for it. Kind of a, hopefully, like, kind of like a carnation-y looking. Ooh, that was weird. That came out of nowhere. Xanthan. Uh, that could be a little bit more detailed than I want to go, uh, Angela. Because I want them to be very simple. As the simpler, the better. Think more poinsettia, which is what I was just trying to kind of mimic drawing. Like a chrysanthemum or a dahlia, that too many petals. Purple coneflower, yes. I could easily turn one of those. The problem with the purple coneflower is I would spend a week trying to get that pattern of the cone right, and I don't want to do that. But I could maybe slightly fake one. Hmm. You got me thinking now. No, 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 no. I didn't like that curved line. I was kind of thinking of like a hibiscus on that one to try and. You got me thinking now. What I can do that's simple, but maybe having to fake it a little. I have a couple that kind of already sort of resemble an azalea, so that might be a little too much. I'm just gonna fill in some space here. I'm gonna make this one just a tiny bit bigger, maybe a little bit more of like a rose. Give it some spiky leaves. Uh, See if I could figure out how to fake a coneflower here real quick. Does I don't know if you can see that. Does that look like a coneflower? Kind of, sort of. I did right here, kind of. Oh, that's not on screen anymore. I tried to make a black-eyed Susan, but like I said, I will. When I blow this up, I will add more detail and a little bit more effect to the flowers. But I am gonna try and do another black-eyed Susan right now, George. Try and see if I can color that in so I know. I'm gonna try and make this one look all the way floppy. Just a little bit there. Right here, I'm just filling in some space. Still trying to think about that chrysanthemum. I don't know if that maybe if it was right here at the end. Hmm. Oh, this will definitely get used. This is going to be the one that I ride. Um, the other two, don't know. But I don't believe a skateboard is a skateboard until it's been ridden. Before that, it's just a plank of wood. I'm not in love with that one. As I said, just probably just like a Krylon clear coat. Um, like I said, it'll get worn off eventually anyway. So it's protecting is not going to be a priority. There's a flower show? I didn't know that. Yes, yes. The, the, George's backstories are definitely fun. Mm. And again, like the whole idea of the skull throwing up the flowers is that concept I go back to every now and then of, beauty coming from death or beauty from ugliness, stuff like that. A trumpet shape. Ooh, I could throw like maybe like a quick dandelion. Um, kind of a dandelion. Could have been better. That one, it's there, but it's really not beautiful. Uh, I don't know if resin would protect it longer. Because, like, as soon as you grind on something, which I don't do a lot of, but I have been known to try, you're basically just sanding everything off. I do. I do know my flowers. Most of them. But like I said, some of these are just only sort of in the shape of things I'm thinking of in my head. I may add like some leaves poking out in places just to give it some more depth and fill in some spots. So, we'll see. Uh Still trying to think up flowers. Yeah. I I really wish I did have reference. Okay, so a chrysanthemum. You got me on that chrysanthemum. Let's see if I can. I mean, if I do like a super simple one, maybe. I think. I think I'm thinking of the right flower. All right, let's see. We'll do this. Give myself a starting point. Is that chrysanthemum enough? Oh, but then I'd have to figure out how to draw it sideways. I don't know if I could do that. What's the flower I'm thinking of? Cosmos? Filling in space. Got to try and cover up those gaps. I really, I really want to erase this dandelion. I can do better than that. I'm sure I can do better than that. Oh, of course I used the eraser right after D. Lynn said, impressed that he hasn't used the eraser yet. That's the way I usually go. Lily of the Valley would be good, but then, well, I have to do a couple of them. Maybe that could be something I use like off to the side because there's multiples of them. So like maybe just use this here and They don't really look bell-shaped. I don't know. That might be a little too small. That area might be a little too small for that. Maybe if I put one like here in the background somewhere. Really, I'm just trying to get to the bottom at the moment. I could picture you doing that, Angela. My I had a friend who's back in the day when Facebook was actually a good thing. I had a friend whose profile picture was just like a white circle with a hair on it, and it got me constantly. Get off of here. Yeah, and it's there's nothing there. Okay, so see if I can repair this. It's a little better. Flowers, 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 flowers. I don't want to do a full-on rose, although I might. Hmm, maybe tulips. That's not bad. Um, got a picture of the shape in my head. You know what? I'm gonna look up tulip just to make sure it's not a terrible likeness. I mean, yeah, I could do that super simply. I think I could also do one kind of. I don't know if that'll completely translate like a tulip though. Maybe make it a little wider. one bud. One tulip and one tulip bud. Just start patterning over here. How do you know, Lynn? How do you know? Maybe someone just told you that. I'm kidding, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. My iris is 49 years old. I know. Terrible joke. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm just gonna fill in space here. You jinxed me, Lynn. You jinxed me, and I'm using the eraser like crazy now. How? That should basically about cover it. What do we got? Half an hour? I'm gonna start, you know, blackening some of these so we can hopefully get a much better look at it. Okay. hopefully adding some value will really make it start to pop out for you guys. See if I can get a nice white hand here. I should probably switch to a thinner, more manageable line weight of marker. But I'm just gonna do it this way. If I was gonna color this, I would probably use marker. But when I do it on the board, I'll be using acrylics. This is supposed to be more of a crown, George. Oh, bye, Teresa. Have a great day. Thank you for joining me. How's that looking? Okay, should we start filling in some of these flowers? You know, for this part anyway, definitely switching to the thinner line. I'm already forgetting where these flowers were. So, how's it looking? Hopefully this will end up being crazy mess of color. Because that's what it's supposed to be. And next week we will start painting this, and hopefully all will go well. You lost me on that one. Nope. No fish. I'm not a big fan of fish, so you lost me. I hope I'll be able to keep this stuff straight. Lots of different little shapes that all kind of blend together. Yeah. The problem I'm having now is that I keep starting on flowers that are in the background and then being like, oh, I can't draw there. Uh, wow, we jumped a little bit, huh? Not a big fan of tuna melts. I'll eat tuna, like tuna fish, but I won't eat no tuna steaks for me. And I don't like cheese on anything except a burger and pizza. My thing with food, people often think that it's that I'm just picky about what I eat, but it's and I am, but it's textures. It's textures I don't like. Like I can deal with the flavor of onions. I can't eat an onion. Can't eat celery. So some things are just ooh, the texture is weird. No mushrooms. Texture's too weird. So yeah. When it comes to food, I'm a bit plain. There I go again. Uh, what's my favorite dish? Chicken parmesan with spaghetti. I'm simple. Everything up there? I think so. Let's go. Let's go low. Eh, that's okay, D. Lynn. There isn't much in there anyway. I didn't think the link wasn't working though. But YouTube does that sometimes because they truncate the link and make it smaller, and then when you reuse the text, it kind of fails to become a link again. I think that's what does it. Not positive, but I think that's why links become broken. Well, it's partially that, and partially it has to do with the fact that YouTube never wants me to have any money ever. Oh, see, yeah, that's what you guys are talking about. uh, all the things I can't eat are the things you want for dinner. Eh, that's perfect, Clark. That's absolutely perfect. Let's see if we can get this cone flour in there. Bouncing around a little as I realize where I'm missing stuff. Yeah, I I have to remember to do that, Angela. Thank you. Yes. That is not the one I just. That's the one I meant to click on. Mm, regular beef makes you sick, Cat's Arctics? Have you ever been bitten by a Lone Star tick? Because they do that. They make people allergic to beef. And I like beef. Not so much steak, but more chop meat, burgers, stuff of that nature. Oof. All right. I need to take a quick break for a second. I'll be right back. My apologies. I had to go rest in a room before I exploded. Yeah, me too, Angela. I don't think I could handle that kind of news. That would definitely drive me out of my mind if I could. No. Oh, agreed. Me either. I'm a big turkey fan too. White meat only, but that goes for chicken as well. I'm not a dark meat kind of guy. But I definitely do love me some turkey. I've had ostrich. It's yeah, it is like a red meat. It's definitely more beef-like than fowl. And buffalo is good too. Well, there you go. That makes sense. And those things are spreading like crazy too. You got Lyme disease ticks traveling south and Lone Star ticks traveling north. Pretty soon, no one's going to be able to eat anything. Oh, wow. That jumped. And Angela, I don't think they're there yet, but I've heard that there has been spottings of them as far up as Maine and even into Nova Scotia. So I don't know how the hell they got there, but they did. I don't understand how any of these things travel. You're a little tiny bug. How did you get so far? Oh, I hope that'll translate. That's a hibiscus. Yeah, that looks okay. Oh, we're past 5 o'clock. Let's see if I can bang this out pretty quick. Hopefully, I haven't bored you guys all to tears yet. I'm painting as loud as I can. Quick back to this thicker brush. Brush? No. Marker. It's also a little smoother and easier to work with. I like the Micron markers, but the really thin, small ones, man, those tips are so fragile that I try my best not to bend them or damage them in any way. Trying to get all these little guys in here. That's okay. Cats, yeah. Sorry, I still never got back to you on that. Yeah, I didn't need them. I have more monitors and TVs and things, and also a non-working printer that I don't need anymore. But thank you for offering. This is gonna be tough. Okay, we're definitely going overtime today. I hope you guys don't mind sticking around a little bit extra long. And if you can't stay, feel free to leave. I'm not gonna demand that anyone wait and watch me make a mess as I try and rush this last little bit. That'll look better once it's colored. This tulip. Oh, we're almost there. Okay. Yeah, I may want to fill in some little gaps here and there. But for the most part, there we go. That's what we got. That's what we're going with. That's not enough to see the whole thing. Let's jump there. There you go. So, yeah. Now, what I was thinking this whole time, uh, above the trucks where this blank space would be, maybe because Lynn mentioned it, right around, like, on the edge, I might put the art of Joseph Finchum, or just my name. But in the original sketch I drew, I actually put like a halo above them, but now I'm thinking a halo that's glowing, but more of a sunflower instead of an actual halo. I don't know. You guys can let me know what you think about that. Um, and everybody, the background, everything where there's not flowers so far is just black. But I'm thinking of, speckling in a little bit of white to try and make it look like a star field maybe. Um, but yeah, okay. Thank you, Clark Fine Art. Angela, you are a great moderator. Thank you, D. Lynn, for the moderator stuff you've been doing, even though you said you weren't going to do it anymore. I tease. I tease. Um, Thank you, everybody, for joining me, and thank you to my patrons for, you know, helping out. Glad people got their postcards. Finally, those ones took longer and cost more than they used to, so. Dandelion star seeds? Hmm. If you're thinking of like the little fuzzies, yeah. Hmm. That might be an idea. So yeah, thank you everyone for joining me. I'm glad you did. Still trying to touch some things up here. See if that helps. Make that a little bit more of a cone flower, or did I just make that a strawberry? I don't know. Um, yes. And I don't know why George needs a costume. But prawns and shrimp equals sea cockroaches, but still yummy. I can see that. I can see that. I'm convinced that lobsters and octopus are alien species. They are not native to our planet. They come from somewhere else. I swear. Okay, so yes, thank you all for joining me, and I look forward to actually painting this next week. So I hope you'll come back and join me for that, and I'll see you next time.